Hello and welcome KPLE-TV's Veterans Resources Show, Veterans Helping Veterans. Here we showcase individuals and organizations in our communities that help our soldiers and our family members in our communities and other communities too. Today, from Temple College, we have Miss Flores, Miss Basilia Flores.
Yes.
I got it right this time?
Yes.
Okay, good. We had her on here last week and she covered so much excellent stuff. After it was over and the camera was off, she said, well, I didn't get to say this or this. And we said, would you like to come back? And she said, yeah. I said, okay, how about next week? So here we are. Okay, ma'am, again, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I wanted to talk about scholarships. Scholarships,
Yes.
Scholarships begin to open in November for the next academic school year. You have all these high school seniors graduating from high schools here locally and nationwide, that why not give them that information that they need? Why not make it easier on the parents? Because one thing that I've seen over all these years that I've been working with the student population is the not knowing that even existed.
I never knew.
And why not help them? Because the majority of my students are Chapter 35 students. We all understand Chapter 35 are dependents of disabled veterans. That's how they get that chapter, that benefit, because the veteran that served is at the 100% disability rating.
Right.
That benefit pays some, but it doesn't cover all the expenses of tuition and fees. Why not help them bridge that gap so that it doesn't become a heavy burden on the parents? Why not relieve it? So one of the things that over the years I've gathered and created was a list of outside military scholarships that the students can use for not only tuition and fees, but living expenses. They don't realize once you get to college, you're going to need to buy that laundry soap yourself. You need shampoo, conditioner. You need groceries. You got to eat. Your mom's not going to come and feed you on campus. So why not apply for these scholarships if they're open to you? Some scholarships start off at $500, $1,000, $3,000, some $10,000 a year. Why not take advantage of the resources that are out there available? Some require a 500-word essay. 500 words is nothing.
Right.
Most of your students, and most essays are, what does being a member of a service member, what does being a family member mean? When you're growing up in this population and you're seeing it, that comes easy. You know what to say. Army Emergency Relief is that doesn't even require an essay. Awards up to $3,250 a year.
Hang on. Say that again. What does?
Army Emergency Relief awards up to $3,250 for dependents. Doesn't even require an essay, takes about 20 minutes of your time. All you need is the FAFSA and your unofficial high school transcript to apply for that benefit.
Wow.
I do it.
Wow.
As students walk in, if they come to me, I will help them submit that application, because they don't realize how useful that comes in handy. That saved the parent, or think about it. The parents are already trying to figure out how they're going to get them to college, let alone now we've got all this. It's like having an extra household.
Yeah.
And why not bridge that gap by helping them find those resources? Another one that the Department of Veterans Affairs offers is for students going into the nursing field. They have a scholarship, it's called HPSB, Healthcare Professionals, that literally mimics the Chapter 33 GI Bill. It covers tuition and fees, it gives them a housing allowance, it gives them a book stipend, and all they do when they graduate with their bachelor's in nursing is that they work at a VA hospital. So there again, you got a job.
Yes.
The minute you walk out the door at the Department of Veterans Affairs at the VA hospital, you can list your top 3 choices. After that, it's if they can't find you a spot in those 3 hospitals, you find one. But there's 1,300 hospitals nationwide. So there it is. And they pay for your degree. Not only that, they also offer where you could actually pursue your master's in nursing. So they're not even covering your bachelor's. They're going above and beyond, and you can even pursue your master's. They have it for other programs like the doctorate in physical therapy. which can be expensive. So there's so many resources out there that they just need to know who to talk to or where to find it. And I think I've shared it with the news station itself, so I'm sure they'll be able to look on your webpage and see that.
Good.
But just knowing that most of these scholarships begin opening now in November, the majority open in January, close around the April-May timeframe, and begin awarding out. And how these scholarships, they go directly to the financial aid office to be applied on the students' accounts. So it's one of those things that once you're awarded, it goes to the school of your choice and then onto your account to help ease the burden. Well, in my case, to ease the parents' burden, because at the end of the day, it's saving us money by not having to pay out of pocket when all it was is simply applying for a scholarship.
Nobody tells you this stuff.
Well, that's why I love sharing. That's why I love sharing, because that's just one of those things. The more the word can get out there, the more awareness there is that these scholarships even exist, the better off the students are. And the more successful, they're not going to have that burden as I'm trying to study and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to pay for the tuition or how my parents are going to pay for this. Because especially those that attend private schools where the cost is so much higher, these scholarships come in handy.
So for private schools too?
Yes. So this doesn't dictate whether the student's at a public school or a private school. These scholarships are to the student and where they choose to go to school.
Wow.
And so, yeah, there's just so much information out there. You just got to know who to ask.
Yeah. And it sounds like the who to ask is you.
Well, I'm willing to share.
Good. Last time you told us who qualifies.
For these scholarships, who qualifies? Depending on the scholarship, is the immediate dependents. It can be grandchildren. It can be great-grandchildren. For some of the scholarships, it can even be your siblings. So say your sister, you were in a certain branch, this one scholarship, you were in that branch, and they're listed by branches. So you can literally filter through the scholarship list, see what you qualify for, and filter them out. So that way you know that what you're applying for is actually useful to you. But I mean, even your siblings can take advantage of some of this, which, you know, siblings never thought to ask. Do I even qualify for anything because my brother or sister was in the service? Yeah, you probably do, but you just didn't know who to ask.
No, exactly. I have learned a lot last time and so far this time too.
Yeah.
Tell me more. What else you got?
Let's see. Army emergency spouses. Your spouses also qualify. Their scholarship under Army Emergency Relief is open year-round. So it's not just a specific time frame that they have to apply. They can apply year-round for their side of the scholarship. So spouses are treated a little bit differently under Army Emergency Relief than your dependents. Also, MyCAA for active duty spouses.
What is that one?
MyCAA.
MyCAA, okay.
MyCAA is awards up to $4,000 an academic year for military spouses to be able to attend. And this, MyCAA is a good way for your active duty spouses. One, if they're wanting to choose a field that maybe is certificate based, like we offer on our campus phlebotomy technician. We offer clinical medical assistant, clinical nurse aide. And those are small term certificate programs. Say for your example, you were to, you got that email, you're now moving to another state. This is a certificate, these are certificate programs that you completed here under MyCAA, and now if you go over to Virginia or Georgia or wherever it is that they send you, you can get gainful employment there because you already have the certificate underneath you and not having to come out of pocket yourself for that certificate. I mean, there's just so many different programs.
Okay, does it matter? Okay, I was a service member, I retired, or I got out after 2 years, or whatever. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the children or the grandchildren or anything else, as long as I have a
honorable discharge.
An honorable discharge, or an honorable.
Or under, what is it? Under general conditions.
There you go, general under honorable or honorable. Okay, excellent. What else? What else do you have for? What else you got?
Let's see. What else do we have? It's just so much out there. Then, of course, for your state your state benefit, your Hazelwood. So say you enlisted in Texas,
Okay.
your place of record or your home of was it place of record, home of record
Residency.
is Texas. Then of course there's the Hazelwood Act that the students and they can also use at public schools because private schools do not accept Hazelwood.
Good to know.
But that is
Good
a
to know.
benefit again there that the service member could use or the dependents based on if the 100% disability rating, then each child gets their own 150 hours. If the service member is less than 100%, then they all share a combined 150 hours. But that's a thing where that service member
Yeah.
has the choice. You know, to me, I see it this way. It's a benefit that's being given to you, so you just take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And then you thank that service member because they're the reason you're going to school.
So if I got 5 or 10 kids, whatever, on paper. So if I got all that, and I got to honor just each one of them gets under the Hazelwood
under
in Texas.
Hazelwood, it depends because there again, you have to have that 100% disability
Right.
rating to be able to designate the benefits out.
Okay,
Yeah.
what else you got? What else you got?
Let's see. I'm not sure. What else do we have? We have institutional scholarships. You know, even some of the local
Excuse me.
VFWs and Rotary clubs in the area award scholarships. Sometimes the service member or the dependents don't know to ask if they have those scholarships in those, but some of them do offer. You know, in your local community, the VFWs and Rotary clubs offer scholarships to dependents, but you know, sometimes you just don't know who to ask.
So VFW, DAV, American Legion, all those, hit them up.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, this is the way I see it. If you say each one of them awards out $200 and $500, think about if you apply at all of them and you get them, that adds up.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
adds up easily to where you don't have to worry about where am I going to get money for this? Or if you have multiple kids in college, because some families do, you know, if you had them back to back, you have more than one. Now you're finding additional resources to help
Yeah.
you offset the costs and make sure that each one of them gets that education that they want.
I think that's outstanding.
Yeah.
So again, how do they reach you, ma'am? These people, now they're going to see this and they're going to go, yeah. How do they get you?
To reach me, you can either reach me by email at basilia.flores@templecollege.edu, or you can call me 254-298-8311, or you can visit our campus. I'm located on the main campus in Temple, Texas.
Excellent.
All right.
Thank you for being on the show again.
You're welcome.
Excellent information.
Anything you need.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Okay, that concludes today's. As always, stay informed, stay engaged. God bless. Thank you.